Yeah,
Okay. So guys, good evening. I'm Krishna Jana. So without wasting any time, let's go to our code which we have created yesterday. So here we have left start. You can see we have set the rocket movement and the enemy is here. Sorry for this. Start. So now we need.
Actually, screen is not visible.
Oh, sorry. Just a sec. So is it visible?
Yeah.
Okay. So yesterday we have left here. We had done this coding, and there was a problem. I found the problem that I have put this portion to the for loop into the for loop. It was here, and that's why our game was not working. So let's put it back and start. Okay, first, if you have any query about this code, you can ask me. Okay. Okay. So first, we need to install the Python, and you can use VS Code or PyCharm. I'm using PyCharm, and you have to install the Pygame module. So if you have any doubt about how to install the Pygame module, you can ask me now. So if you don't have any doubt, then then we are starting our code. First we have to import the pygame module, and then we have to initialize the pygame by typing this pygame.init, and then we are setting a display that we are going to use to play the game. For that we have set the screen width and screen height, and we have set the screen here, screen equal to pygame.display.set mode, and screen width and screen height. And then we have set the name of the window. You can see if I play this, you can see the name my game, but you can change it anytime. Just type the pygame.display.set caption and enter here a string what you want to do. So I'm entering a space and enter, and if I play now, you can see the name has changed to Space Adventure. So after that we have set the icon. I have already downloaded the icon.png file and place it in my folder. You can see it. Here is the icon, and I have set the icon to my display using pygame.display.set icon, and I have put the icon variable to here. And if I play this, you can see the icon here. Okay. After that, we have created the while loop. That is an infinite while loop where we give a variable that is game over, and we keep the game over a boolean variable which is false. That's why we have put the not while not game over, then it will run. And because game over is false, while not false means it is true, not false means not false means true, then it is running, and it is a infinite while loop. And after that we have we have filled the screen using a color that is RGB color, and you can find the RGB color by going to Google and RGB color picker. search this, and you can see the handle. You can, sorry for the background sound. And you can set any color and click here, there. Then I'm using this color. Okay, you can see the RGB value here. You have to just copy it and go to Pygame and place it here. The RGB value screen dot fill, then ब्रैकेट स्टार्ट, और उसके अंदर एक और ब्रैकेट होगा जिसमें RGB वैल्यू होगा. फिर if I run this, you can see the color has changed. After that we have set the set this is the key function that controls the event means the thing we are doing now inside the window. I am using my mouse cursor, so this is a event, and if I press any key in my keyboard, that is a event too. And I have set the rocket that whenever I press the arrow key, it will move. If I press up arrow, the rocket will go up. Okay, so now to set the events, I have put the for loop for event in pygame.event.get. Pygame.event.get will get all the event that I am doing, and we can handle the events using the event variable. You can put any name here, and then if the event.type equals to pygame.quit means I am clicking here and it will close. But if I don't put this code, then it will not work. You can see I'm clicking here, but it is not working. So let's stop it and set the code back. Now if I play this, I can cut this. So pygame.quit, and then game over equals to true, and you know the infinite while loop, the game over is false, and if it goes true mean not true, not true means false, and then the loop will be over and the code is finished. Then we have set the another event dot type that equals to pygame dot key down. Key down means whenever I press any key, it goes down, so that's why it is key down. And then if the event dot key is pygame dot key left, left means the left arrow, then right means right arrow, up means up arrow, down means down arrow. And whenever I press the left key, then the rocket velocity x. X means you know the axes, x-axis and y-axis, up down y-axis, and side to side it is x-axis. Then the rocket x goes minus rocket velocity. Rocket velocity is a variable that handles the velocity of the rocket that you can see here. This is the rocket, and we can handle the velocity using the rocket velocity, and velocity x is for x-axis velocity, and velocity y is y-axis velocity. Then I have put the rocket x and rocket y, the coordination for rocket where we want the rocket first. So I put the rocket here because my coordination is 270 and 415. If I change this, you can see the change. If I put 100, x-axis will be 100, but y-axis will be 415. So you can see the rocket is now here. So let me, now we have set the enemy means the UFO that you can see here. The enemy variables are here. We have to load the rocket first, rocket pygame.image.load, and then the image what we have already downloaded, rocket.png, and we have loaded the rocket photo to the rocket variable. Then we can use the rocket photo anywhere we want. Then like that we use the UFO as the enemy equals to pygame.image.load. We have loaded the UFO image using the enemy variable, and we can handle that with these variables. And after that I have said this, that rocket x will be increased by rocket velocity x, then if I press the left arrow key, the rocket velocity x going to minus rocket velocity. Means the rocket velocity is now 5. No, rocket velocity is 5. I have set the rocket velocity 5, and if the rocket velocity x goes to minus 5, then the rocket x, whatever it was then, rocket x is 270, it will decrease because I have used minus, so it will be decreased by 5 over time whenever the loop is going on. Then the rocket velocity x will be minus if I press the left key. If I press the right key, it will be plus. And like that, if I press up key, rocket velocity y will be handled using minus. If I press up, it will be minus. If I press down, it will be plus. So I'm not going to use this variable. I'm going to use this variable after some time. So I'm going to erase this. Now we are here, and yes, it is the most important thing. Pygame.display.update. Whenever we fill the display using any color, or we have placed the rocket in my display and enemy is in the display, then we have to update the display, then we can see the effects on our display. So this is it. uh, Maybe you have some doubts, you can ask me now. Do you have any doubts? Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Do you have any doubt?
No.
Okay, so let's move forward. So we are here, that the enemy is going here and it is stop here in the boundary. And because I have set this value, if enemy x is going to screen with minus 64, then enemy x will be screen with minus 64. मतलब जब भी x enemy x स्क्रीन विथ से बाहर चलने की कोशिश करेगा, तब उसे फिर से स्क्रीन विथ में लेके आना पड़ेगा हमें। और वैसे ही, और इसके बाद let's stop it. You can see the enemy is not moving anywhere after this. So we are going to use enemy y to say I will increase with, let's say, 40. Then if I press this, you can see enemy is gone, but we don't want the enemy gone. So then just a minute. I'm pressing another code. We play this, enemy is here, this is the boundary, and we have to set another boundary that if the enemy x going to less than 0, then what will happen? Enemy x will be set to 0 again. Okay, and the enemy y will be enemy y plus 40. Enemy y is going to change after it goes to 0. I'm to elif, because if the enemy is now screen with, then it's not going to go to 0. So that's why now, like this, I have to put this on here also to move the enemy down, little bit down, and then it will go backwards. So to do that, you can see the enemy velocity x से इंक्रीज हो रहा है, तो हमें इसे डिक्रीज करना पड़ेगा. तो to do that, we have set the enemy velocity 5, and the enemy velocity x is enemy velocity, it is plus, so we have to put the minus, so then it will go to backward. So enemy x, no, enemy velocity x, enemy velocity x equals to minus enemy velocity, enemy velocity. First it was enemy velocity, it was plus, there is no sign in plus, and we have put now the minus, so it will decrease, and if it goes to 0 then it will be again plus, so enemy velocity x will be plus enemy velocity. Okay, now if I play this, you can see the enemy is going here and there, but it's not going out of the x-axis. But we are not going to set the y-axis because then it will be difficult for shoot. And we are going to change the enemy velocity because it is too much, 0.5. Then you can see the enemy is coming down. We have to shoot the enemy, otherwise we will be done for. So now we have set the enemy, but if I click the rocket, it is going outside the window, so I have to set the borders for the rocket too. So I have increased the rocket and increase the rocket y also. Now I am going to put the border if rocket x is going to greater than equals to screen width, screen width minus 64. So do you guys understand why I am putting the 64? Anyone can tell me? Okay, no one have doubts. Then let's move forward. Then we will set the enemy rocket x equals to screen width minus 64. Please ignore the background sound. Elif sorry, rocket x is equals to 0 less than equals to 0, then rocket x will be set to 0. Okay, because we are moving the rocket on our own, so we are not going to move this automatically. Now you can see if I press this, it goes right. If I press the right arrow, it goes to right. If I press the left arrow, it goes to left. But there is a problem, why it is not stopping, so I am going to fix this also. So I want that whenever I press the key, it will move, and whenever I release the key, it will stop. So for that, we are going to use, like we have used key down, mean we press the key, when we lift the key, release the key, then it will be key up. Event dot type equals to Pygame dot key up. Then rocket velocity x will be 0, and the rocket velocity y will be 0 too. Then you can see now, if I press this, it's going left and right. Now I have put the rocket velocity x to 0 and y to 0. So whenever I press the left key, rocket velocity is going to minus rocket velocity, and when I press the right key, rocket velocity x going to plus rocket velocity, and when I press the up key, rocket velocity y will going to minus rocket velocity, and whenever I press the down key, rocket velocity y will be rocket velocity plus. Now whenever release the key, the rocket velocity will set to 0 and the rocket velocity y will set to 0. And let's set something that whenever I lift the left key, then it will be 0, and whenever I press the right key, then it will be 0. So for that, if event dot key equals to pygame dot left, so I am putting pygame dot key left, or let's copy this because we have to write this again, and up or up or down. Copy, paste. So down, then it will go to here. We have to set the indentation. Now let if or event dot key. We have, yes, we have not put this. So now if I play this, this is going very fast. So we have to decrease the speed 0.5. Now you can see I can handle it properly. Now we have to set the bullets what which we are gonna fire. So first of all, I am going to change the organization of this. Let me make a space that hold the images. And we will load all the image here. So all the image into here. We have load the rocket image and enemy image. We are going to now load the bullet. Pygame dot image dot load. Then we have to put a string that bullet. I have already downloaded the bullet png. But if you can see where is the bullet, yes, if you can see this is a low pixel, इसलिए pixel is breaking. You can see the this is rotated, so I am going to fix this to upper side. To fix that, we have to use the transform bullet equals to pygame dot transform dot scale. No, scale no, rotate bullet 45 डिग्री रोटेट करते हैं. So let's see. No, we have not put the bullet on our screen yet. So where we are gonna put our bullet, we have to set the bullet variables like the rocket. So let's set the bullet variables. Bullet x equals to, now it is 0. Bullet y, let me set all the values to 0 for now. Now we need the bullet velocity. Bullet velocity equals to put the same value, and bullet velocity x and y, but we're not gonna use the x, so I'm just using bullet velocity y equals to 0 for now, and then we'll set the bullet to मैं चाहता हूँ कि जब भी मैं स्पेस क्लिक करूँ तब मेरा बुलेट फायर हो. तो to fire the bullet, we have to set a variable that will handle the fire. To let's type fire equals to, this will be a boolean variable false, because we are not firing now. That's why it is false now. Now I am going to set a key, event dot event dot type equals to pygame dot k space, so that whenever I press the space, it will be handled to the bullet. X will be equals to rocket X, because we want the bullet emitting from the rocket. So if I press the any value, it will be fire from anywhere else but not the rocket. So that's why I'm using the rocket X. And also bullet Y will be rocket Y, rocket Y. And whenever we press the space, means we are firing the bullet, so fire will be true. Now you have to set the bullet movement, that if bullet, no, if fire, then we will fire the bullet. So to fire the bullet, we are going to set a, just wait a sec. So sorry for the disturbance. Now where we had set the fire. So we need a fire function. To create a function, you all know, sir, that we have to set def fire bullet. Let's say fire bullet, and it will take the bullet X, bullet Y. Now whenever I use the bullet fire function, it will pass through that function and going to print the bullet in my screen. So for that, screen dot bleed, here I have to put bullet, comma, bullet X and bullet Y. Okay, so everything's fine. Now whenever fire is true, fire bullet will be called and it will pass the values of bullet X, comma, bullet Y, and it will be printed on our screen. And after that, I can show you. So you can't show the see the bullet because it is after the rocket. So that's why I'm going to fire the bullet here. So to fire the bullet means we are going to emit the bullet from down to upper, and you can see, you know that y axis is starting from here, so that if I want the bullet going up, then we have to decrease the y axis of the bullet. So I'm going to decrease the y-axis. So bullet y will be decreased by bullet velocity y, and bullet velocity y, we have not set the bullet velocity, so let's set it also 0.5. Now if I press space, because it is yellow, let me put another color. Let's say 255, 255, 255, it is white. And then whenever I press the space, fire bullet will be fire equals to true. Then if the fire bullet, and the fire bullet function will be called, and screen dot bleed bullet, oh, bullet, and we have to set the coordination inside a tuple, just like this, where, yes, just like this enemy and the rocket. So we have set this, and now if I play this and press space, should be fire, but it's not firing. And maybe I have done something. Okay, event dot type is space. Oh no, event dot type, event dot key. It will be key because we are inside the type, so we need the key. Now if I press the space, it is firing the bullet, but it is emitting left side of the rocket. So I want to fire from the middle. So to do that, we have to increase the x, right? If we increase the x, it will be fired by here. So let's set the bullet x increased by anything value. We can say 30, no, 30. Now if I press, it is going right through the middle. Now we have to set that if our bullet touches the enemy will be disappear and bullet will be gone also. So we have to set another function, that def. It will check if the bullet is hitting the enemy or not. So to do that, um, hit, let's say hit, it will take the enemy enemy x, enemy y, and x comma y. It will check the enemy and the x comma y. It can be the bullet or it can be the rocket. I'm going to use the rocket in future, so that's why I'm putting the xy. And how to decide that it is hitting the enemy or not? So to do that, we have to measure the distance between the bullet and the enemy. So to do that, I hope you know the formula for the distance. Okay, what? Where please add health using the assassin before alien destroy rocket function. Bullet coordinates. So first, okay, I'll do that after I am doing this, because we have lots of work to do, and after that we are gonna add the health as you suggest. So just wait. I have to finish the game right now, that it will hit the enemy and we got the point. So first let me set that. So here is a error, I don't know. Yes, it, for now it is passed. To set the distance, to check the distance we need to import the map. import math, and I hope you know the formula for distance. If you don't know, you can check on your math books or you can Google it. I'm going to say the distance formula. Distance equals to square root of x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. So for that, math dot square root of math dot power, because we are going to use the square, that's why, and we will use the enemy x minus the x comma 2. 2 is the power, that is square, and this is the argument enemy x, x1 minus x2. That's okay. After, I'm going to put this in another bracket, and then plus again we have to set the y1 and y2, so that math dot power enemy y minus y comma, we have to do the square for this two. So after that we'll going to find the distance. Then if distance, अगर डिस्टेंस बहुत कम हुआ था, इसका मतलब वो हिट कर चुका है, तो फिर if distance is equals to, let's set a random value. I'm going to set 30. चलो, so if 30, then return true that it is heated, and else return false. Okay, so we are going to check if the enemy is hit with the bullet or not. So let me set the, so no, hit equals to is, let's set, but both are the same name, so I'm going to change is hit. So now we are going to pass the enemy x and enemy y, comma bullet x, comma bullet y, because we are checking if the bullet is collided with the enemy or not. So if it is collided, then it will be true. Now if is hit, if that was hit, then what we will do? We will increase the score. So I have not set the score variable. Let's set the score variable. Where to set? Let's set here. Score is score equals to first. I am going to do that 0, and then score को अपडेट करेंगे x plus equals to 1, and we have to reset the bullet also. So for that, bullet y will be again the previous one, rocket x plus 20. Let's copy it, and yes, we have to set the fire to false, or let's set this later. First we have to check that if it is working or not, and one thing more, that fire, okay, check, I'm firing, you can see score is updating, but it is not showing. So let's bring the score. Now if I play this, you can see the score here. Now I have to hit the enemy, but enemy is very fast, so I'm going to slow it down. Enemy velocity, let's set it 3. 0.3. Now if I, oh no, it's not hitting. Why this is not hitting? Enemy velocity is low now. If the fire bullet, okay, hit enemy. If hit enemy, then it will be scored and it will be set to 0, and the enemy will be vanished and reset to its new value. For that, we are going to set the enemy to a new value like this. We are going to set the random. Where is it? Is it now? Yes. And then you can see the rocket has set, so it is working properly. uh, we'll do this 100, then it will be set to 100. Now if I play this, oh no, yes, I have hit it. You can see the score now 2. Okay, let's move forward. So we had print the score, but everything is fine, right? But the bullet is going double bullet, so we are going to set the fire equals to false. Okay, now I want the score in my screens to, if I want to do that, I have to set a function again. Def, let's set text screen, text screen. It will take the text that will be print, and then the coordinates and the color. So color, comma, coordinates x, comma, y. First we need to initialize the font. I'm going to set a font here. Font equals to pygame dot font dot sys font, and then we have to add the name of a font. So I'm going to use Arial, and then we have to set the font size. Let's set it to 30. Now to our function, we need to render the text. So for that, we are, sorry for the background noise. Dialog equals to font dot render text, comma, we have to set a boolean value. It is always true, comma, we have to set the color. So color. Okay. Now screen dot bleed, we have to use the dialog to the screen, comma. Now we have to set the coordinates x, comma, y. Okay, so we have to print the score text string. We have to pass a string that will be stretched. um, your score, then plus we have to set the score score, but it is an integer, so I am going to typecast it using str score. Now comma, we have to use a color, so I'm going to use a RGB color. So put the RGB color. I am going to Google and RGB color picker. Use the red copy, and now I set it here, comma, score and color and coordinates. So let's print in 0, comma 0. Now is not printed. So after that we have to, no, I'm going to print this in the first. So here I'm going to put this here. Let's play now. You can see your score is visible. Now if I hit the enemy, score is 1. You can see score is increasing. So आगे बढ़ते हैं. So after that, what we are gonna do? We have set the score, we have set the enemy, but enemy is only single enemy. We are going to use multiple enemies. To do that, we have to set multiple enemies. For that, I am going to use a list. Okay, so I'm going to copy. No, set this that enemy x list equals to empty list, and then x की आपको y भी करना चाहिए और enemy velocity भी है तो enemy velocity my velocity x list equals to empty list. Now we have to set the number of enemies, number of enemy equals to, let's set it to any 5. Now we have to set all the enemy x coordinate and y coordinate. So to do that, I'm going to put a for loop here for I in range number of enemy, then our list will be updated. So list dot append with this random value. I'm going to put this here. It is the equal sign, and like that. List dot append. I'm going to set the random value to here. Enemy velocity is always constant, so let's cut it. And enemy velocity x will be x list dot append like everything. Now enemy velocity, okay. Now enemy velocity y. So इसकी हमें ज़रूरत तो नहीं पड़ी अभी तक, तो इसे इरेज कर देते हैं. अगर ज़रूरत पड़ी तो फिर ले आएंगे. Now enemy x, it is because enemy x is not exist anymore, so we have to set the enemy. Let's take this to the enemy, other enemy variables. Okay, now we are going to set all the enemy variables inside a for loop. So it is also under the enemy. Fire is not the enemy. I'm going to put this all into a for loop for I in range of number of enemies, then enemy x list of I. Like that, I'm going to change this also. So I'm going to change all of at once. Going to set the cursor. To set the cursor all in all, we have to press the alt key and select where we want to set it. No, I'm not going to here, 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 and wherever there is enemy X and Y, bullet, bullet. Okay, there is no enemy X, I think. There is an enemy X, enemy Y. No, it is just enemy. Okay, so let's set list I. You can see I have set all the variables to enemy list. Oh, rocket भी set हो गया. चलो, out again. Now if I run this, you can see there is multiple enemies and it is working properly. Sorry for the background noise because tomorrow is the future. So we have set the multiple enemies, we have set the score, there is our rocket. Now we have to set the collision of rocket. Okay, so I'm going to set it here. If you have to set is it की तरह हमें रॉकेट को भी चेक करना पड़ेगा for I in range number of enemies because we have multiple enemies, so we have to check all the enemies that is it hit the rocket or not. So for that we are going to check the hit function again. So r hit, let's say it r hit, rocket hit equals to hit enemy x list 1 enemy y list I comma. Now we are checking with rocket, so I'm going to push rocket x and rocket y. Now r hit. Okay, now if r hit will be true, then we have to end the game. It will be game over, right? So if I place the game over here, game over, it will be over and we are not going to see anything. And we have to also use the break ताकि एक बार अगर इसे ट्रू मिल जाए तो ये और ना चेक करे. तो if I collided with the enemy, it will be close. You can see it. So I don't want the close because I want to show something more that game is over, etc. etc. So to do that, I am going to set another variable game quit equals to true. True. But I have not set the game quit before. So here is game over. Game quit equals to false. Okay. So if I run this, it will not affect it. Effect is not going to affect anything because I have not set the enemy quit. If it will be false, if the enemy quit is going to be true, then what will happen? I have not set it. So I'm going to set this now. I have to set this कि अगर if game quit is true, then we have to do something that we have to set the game over image. So I have downloaded the game over image. You can see it. So let's set this. We have to load the game over image. So for load game over img equals to what pygame dot image dot load game over image dot png. Now We have loaded the game over PNG. Now we have to print it on the screen. So screen dot bleed game over image comma 0 comma 0, because it is the coordinates. Now if I run and collide with anything, you can see this is the game over, but these are visible too. So I have to disappear this. So to do that, let's set if this, then I have to set this all to else, setting everything to else, but we are not going to set this to else because we have to update the screen, otherwise we will not see the game over image also. So now let's set else. if गेम क्विट ट्रू हुआ तो ए होगा और नहीं तो ए हो जाएगा. ओके, सो everything is fine, right? If collided, you can see this is the game over, but I can't do anything because I have not set the event system in my if. It is on else. So whenever game quit is true, it is not going to execute. So I have, let's copy this part and put this on here. Now we can cut the screen. Now you can see I can cut the screen, and you can see the photo is not fitted on the screen, so let's fit it. So to fit that, we have to use game over image, which are we are gonna fit pygame dot transform dot scale. This time we are using scale, and game over image to scale करेंगे to screen width and screen height. Now if I play now, if I collided with them, you can see it is now fitted. So after that, I am to print my score here. That my score is 2. If I fitted with the specific, then here I want the score. So let's put that score here. So we are going to use the text screen again. So text screen, we have to put the text, your score, like the before string से type कास्ट करके score, we have to put the color. So what we had put before we had put white side. So I'm going to put now red. 255 0 comma 0 is red. Okay, so red, and the coordinates will be, you know, middle of the screen. So our screen width is 600, the middle will be 300, and it will be 240. But I'm going, where is, okay, let's put the 300 comma 240, but I'm sure the screen, so it is not here because we have set the image, we have set the string. Let me see where I have done the wrong thing. Let me put 150, and the y-axis will be 150, and it is red RGB. So red, why it is not showing? First fill. Let me fill the screen with white again. So like this, copy and paste. And I'm not going to set, oh yes, I have set the image after I print my score. So I have to set the score after the image, then it will be printed over here. No, we don't need this now. So if I collide it, you can see your score 0, but it is not visible because it is not in the middle. Let's set to the middle. What is the coordinates? Coordinates 300 and 240, but it will be, let's see, is it working? Little bit left. So for that we are going to decrease the x value to 240, 240. Now if I collide it, it is nice. You can set it on your own. So for now this is okay, but I'm going to set the background music. Okay, so to set the background music, I have to load the background music and play it. But before that, I want to play this mode, but it is not going to play again. So I want press enter to play again. I have written this, so I have to set this also, otherwise it is false. So to do that, I'm going to set other function def game loop. Def game loop. Then I will put all this code inside this loop. Let's use a tab. I think this is okay. Yes, everything is inside the loop, but we need the variables too. So I'm going to set this all variables fire. Okay, so let's cut it and paste here. Now I think everything is good. Okay, game over and game quit are here. Cut this and I have paste this too. So I have to set, let's play. It's not working. Very good. Now we have to call the function game loop. Now it will work. Yes, it is working properly. Okay, for now it is okay, but I have to set something. So let's set a welcome screen. Okay, def welcome. It will be a function that will handle the welcome screen, and I have to load the welcome image now. So for that, wcimg welcome image is going to pygame.image.load. Now welcome image. Okay, w is capital welcome image. I have already downloaded that, so I'm going to set this. So now it is also a big one, so I am going to scale it again. wc image equals to pygame dot pygame dot image, no, as resize or rotate, transform dot scale wc image comma screen width and screen height. Okay, now we have to put this on our screen dot bleed wc image comma, the coordinates will be 0 comma 0 again, Now this is the welcome screen. Let me put welcome. Now we have to set like this. We have to set the while loop again. So set the infinite while loop. So while true, then it will run screen dot fill. No, while true, it will screen dot fill and the white. I'm going to use the white color. So 255, comma 255, comma 255. It is the white color. Okay. After that, we are going to use the image. Use the image, and because it is also a while loop and infinite while loop, I'm not able to cut that because of I have not set the event again. So let's set the event, copy and paste it. Game over. No, I have to set another variable to stop this while loop. So let's set another variable. Let's v equals to false. V. Okay. So if I press this, v will be true, and if v is going to true, then it will be over. And if I press enter, it will enter the game. So if event dot no event dot type equals to key down, it have to be key down because we are going to press a key. So event dot type equals to pygame dot key down if event dot key equals to pygame dot k return. It is the enter button. Okay, we have to use the return. Then it will call the game loop. We have set the game loop function, so it will call the game loop function here, and if I press quit, it will be quit. So let's check this if it is going to work or not. Oh yes, I have to set this variable also, otherwise it will not get updated. So let's press update. Now I'm going to use break. Okay, then it will be break. No, that was cool. Now check if I press return, then few. Then let's check if it is working or not. It's not working because we have not called the welcome. Welcome. Let's check. Maybe some error will be happening. Yes. Right. So we have to update the screen fill कर दिया और एक image fill लगा दिया. अब if I press quit, it will be fee. So while fee, it will break. So let them break. No, it will quit. Quit the program. That will be better. And if I press the return, then let fee equals to true. Oh, I have set the false, so why not fee? then it will execute, and if I press enter, then b will be true and we will out of the while loop, and Pygame will display, will update it to update it. Update, let's do the update here. It will no, check what is going to error. Then game loop. Okay. Set the display dot update over here. So we have to set the pygame inside the while loop. That's it. Okay. Let's check it. It is welcome. Let's press enter. It is going to the game. Okay. It's nice. Now I have to set the music. Without music, it is not. It is kind of boring game. Now set the music. Set the music. We need a background music and a welcome music too. So I have already downloaded the welcome.mp3 and background.mp3, and I'm going to play this. Whenever I set the welcome, then it will be loaded. To play a sound, to play sound, we have to use the mixer module. So pygame.mixer.music, and like everything, we have to load this, load, and we have to input the string. It is welcome, so welcome.mp3. Now pygame.mixer.music.play. Okay. Now if I play now, it will sound. Can you hear it? I hope you can hear it, right? Hello, are you guys there?
Yes, yes,
Can you hear the sound?
yes,
Okay, okay, okay. Now this is the welcome sound, and after we enter the game loop, the sound should be changed. So in the game loop, we are going to load another music. So pygame dot mixer dot music dot load the background music, and then we have to play pygame dot mixer dot music dot play. Okay. Um, yes, it is working properly, but the background music will be end sometime, and you are, if you are a good player, you can play a long time. So I have to do something that we are going to use the -1. That's why then it will play in loop. If we actually here, what value we are put, if we put 2, then the music will be played for twice. If we put 3, then it will be played by 3. But if we place -1, then it will be played in a loop. So I am putting -1, and then you can see if I fire, you can see if I fire, there is no sound of bullet. So I have to add the sound of bullet also. So if fire bullet, then I have to put here if fire bullet, then Pygame, no, because this is a bullet, it will, it is a sound. Okay, it is not a music like the background music. So we have to put it on a variable, that bullet sound equals to pygame dot mixer. Now we are not going to use music, we are going to use sound. Here you can see sound. Now bracket open, and here we have to put the name, that were bullets fire.mp3. I have downloaded it, so I am going to play bullet sound.play. Okay, now, oh, very good. It is very slow, so I have to set this somewhere else. Control X. Let's load it before the program. No, while we're inside the game loop. And now I'm not going to play it here because it is also in a loop, and whenever the fire is true the sound will be played, so I'm going to place it in here. So if I press one time the space, it will sound, and then we can fire, right? So bullet sound dot play. Now let's see. Yes, it's working. Now we have to set something that is whenever the bullet hit the UFO, then it should be sound. So I have to let's load the sound first, like here. Enemy down equals to play pygame.mixer.sound, like other, and then what is the name? Enemy down. Okay, enemy down.mp3. I have loaded into the enemy down variable. Now, whenever I hit the enemy, it should be played. So, where is enemy hit? Score is going to 1, and let's play the enemy down. Enemy down dot play. Now, let's check it. Yes, it's working. It's working. I hope you can hear it. So after this, yes, we don't have any background image. We don't have any background image yet. So I'm going to set a background image inside the game. So to set that, let's load the image where we had images. Yes, let's load the background image. Background img image equals to pygame dot image dot load, then background image. Okay, I have already downloaded all the files. I have already downloaded, and I'm going to load, and the background image, let's see. Oh, yes, I have not print the background image yet. So where is my game loop? Now I can make sure everything is fine. Yes, well, so here I have filled the display with 2555. So this is white. So after that, we are going to place the background image, screen dot bleed background image, comma, the coordinates will be 0 comma 0 as well. You can see this is the background image. Actually the background image is very large, so that's why we can't see the full background image. Let's scale it again. So background image equals to pygame dot transform dot scale. Now background image, screen width and screen height. Okay, so now if I play this, you can see the full background image now. Red is not, score red is not a good color because we can't see it now. So why I had put the, yes, here, this is red, right? So I'm going to put it white. 255, 255, 255. So this is white. You can see the score. Okay, we have not set the game over sound. So let's set the game over sound. So whenever we collided with the enemy, game quit will be true, and here you can see game quit, then game over. So whenever the game quit will be true, then I have to play the sound. Pygame dot, this is a music, okay. Pygame dot mixer dot music dot load game over sound, and we have to play this here. Pygame dot mixer dot music dot play. Now if I play this, now okay, it's fine now. Now I think we have done everything, right? Let's see. Right. But if I press enter again, it is not going to enter the game. So let's set this. So after game quit, it will be here, and event type pygame.quit. Let's set another event, event.type. We are going to press enter. So it will be pygame.key down, and if event.key equals to pygame.k return. This is the enter key. Then it will call the game loop again. Game loop again. Okay. So let's play this game. Enter. Let's let press the enter again and play the game again. So everything is fine now. So that's it. We have made the game, and we are out of time again. Otherwise, I have made this on time today. That's why I'm happy now. So if you have any problem, do you have any doubts? I have done this very fast because we don't have much time. That's why I've done this too fast. So if you have any doubts, I can explain this again. Do you have any doubt? Please reply.
Does anyone of you have any doubts? You can ask him.
So have you any doubts? Can we add links in it? Links means I don't understand. What do you mean? Links? Hello, Asis Manna. Visit site or something like that. So it is an offline game. We are not going to use the links. We are just using Pygame and Python to play the game. So we have not used any link here. If it was a online game, then we can use the link. So everything is fine.
I think what he is trying to say is if we can embed a link into it, like we can create an event by clicking on that link, which will redirect it to some website. I think this was what he was asking, not online and offline.
Oh, so I have not tried any links yet. If I am going to try it here, it will take much more time. So that's why we can set an event also, that if I press any key, that will redirect to the link. We have to. I have to try this. I have not tried it yet. so I can't say. Sorry.
Let's keep it for the challenge part. So if any one of you wants to try embedding a link, you can try, and if it works, then you can, inform them about this. Let's keep some things as challenges as well.
Yes, I will. I will try this another time. Right now, it will take more time, right? So that's why I'm not going to try it now. Do you have any doubts? Any more doubts? Anyone? Okay, no doubts. So now let's. Sudursi, are you here? Or Orgo, are you here? Hello.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, please take over from here. I'm going to
Yeah.
stop my sharing.
And the thing that we have said that we have a surprise in the last day, and we will make a gaming community. So for that, we want to share. I want to share something that we have a blueprint of our games. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
I can hear. Okay.
You're audible.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, then the thing is that we have discussed about the game engines in the first session of us, that we had said that there are two game engines we are specifically going to use, that is Unity and Unreal. And for this, Unreal works on C++ and Unity works on C sharp. And and we will now discuss on our plan, our future plan, what we are going to do in our future projects. So as we discussed about the softwares we are going to use, um, that is Maya and Blender. We are mainly focusing on the 3D game makings. So we have chosen these two softwares, but Maya is a professional software, and Blender is a open source software. uh, you can use both, any one of these, but I prefer Maya the most. But you can also use Blender. Then comes our the buildings we have thought about, and the blueprints that we have thought, that is the tents, the castles. These are the castles we are going to make with the help of Maya or Blender. And you can see these, all of this is the map of our games. This map is going to be displayed on the gaming screen, and for by this map, the place will be selected, in which place you want to play that, like there are several multiplayer games. You can select the place you want to play, like India or any other place. You can also select these maps, and we are going to make the game online and multiplayer by using the servers. And these are the characters, male character and female character, you can see. We are going to you can also change the skin color, hair color, hairstyle, their beard, etc., their dress pattern, etc. So again, these are the enemies. We are going to make these characters also with the help of Maya and Blender. This is also the all the characters will be made with the help of the 3D softwares. This is also the enemy character. and all of this you can see. But you can we are going to make two groups in order to we are in order to make the gaming assets and programming part. The first group will do the gaming assets and the second group will do the programming part. And those who are interested in for making a project with us, the you can connect with us with our Discord server and also WhatsApp. And we are going to make this plan a successful work and in our future. And we have targeted to make this game and to put it in Play Store also. So those who want to those who are really interested, please connect with us. And for the credit section in the games, we will put the names of all of you who will work with us in our future projects. And I also want to show you Maya interface as shown in the first session in the slides. I want to show you again lively. That is, this is Maya. And you can see all of the interface. This software is professional software, but if you want anyone, those who really interested to work with us for making the assets, or if you join the asset team in our domain, then I will provide you this software. And if you can't if you don't want to do with this software, you can use Blender is an open source software, as I said you previously. There are several options like move tool, rotate tool, scale tool, and you can you can use these. There are several polygons, you can see here. These polygons will be used for making the houses that shown in the figure, in the image that you are seeing now. These polygons will be used for making those houses, and from this circle you can make this type of characters. And there are several characters in there is I have several characters like Spider-Man, Batman, or Black Panther, Hulk. You can use it and I will provide you. And lastly, I want to say that if you want to join, if you are really interested, you connect with us through our Discord server and or WhatsApp. So that's all from my side for today.
Okay, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, the game development team. I hope they have made it clear, but let me just sum it up in one line. That is, we are starting with a project. The game development team is starting with a project, and they are willing to recruit people from our community. So, if any one of you are interested in, being a part of this project, as they have already mentioned the details, what they are planning to do, what is their vision, and you actually want to contribute to this and be a part of this project team, what you can do is you can connect with them on our community communication channels. Apart from that, we also have a channel on Discord server for specifically mentioned for game development. There, all the discussions about game development would be accommodated. So, if you have any doubts as well, you can ask there. And also to connect with them, you can simply join our Discord server and go to the roles channel. I have specifically mentioned all the game development mentors and their usernames, so you can connect with them there. And if you are interested, you can directly also ping them for this game development. And apart from the session as well, if you have any queries about game development, be it how to pursue it as a career or how you can get started, because as you can see, they have already started with it and they have a good amount of knowledge about what game development is and how you can pursue it further. So you can ask them for guidance as well. So that was it for today. Is there anything else anyone wants to add? need any prior knowledge or okay. So Suryadeep is asking if they need any prior knowledge of game development to be a part of this project team. So
No, no, no. You did not. We will teach you, and will work with us in our projects. You can work. You need not to have any prior experience or prior knowledge on this. We will teach you.
so even if any one of your friends are also interested, ask them to please ping them in this project idea. If it does not matter even if they are from outside the GDSP community. What matters is that this project, as they have planned to take this successfully, and they are going to consider anyone and everyone who is even slightly interested in being part of this. So, is there any other doubt about this project thing? We will also announce this in our community channel, so don't worry, we will have a detailed discussion over there. Okay. I think we are good to go, and we are almost at the end of this session. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And as promised, I already promised while starting the workshop that at the end of this 3 days, you will have much more knowledge about game development than you had initially when you joined. I hope that we have been able to actually fulfill that promise. Other than that, if you have any suggestion, queries, you can definitely ping any one of us. And happy Diwali, everyone. I hope that all of you enjoy your Diwali. Stay safe. Yeah. Thank you so much.